iconic shot in Heather's where it's like you look like hell and she looks so funny. See, this is like my energy today. This is why I need coffee at 5 p.m. I just noticed it's 5 p.m. I'm wearing pajamas, so Heather's gets me. Fancy seeing you here. If you haven't already, grab a coffee because I'm sleepy. So I'm having a coffee and this in a cup because I don't have any plates. So let's get into it. Decided to add a little coffee and PJ special today because 700 subscribers, yay! So today I want to talk about my favorite costumes in film of all time. I'm going to be talking about a lot of different types of films, different eras of fashion and film, and we're just going to be looking at some amazing costumes. Yes, I have iced coffee in a mug. Don't think for a second I drink hot coffee with a straw because I'm not a psychopath. And I have a little olive pie here. So let's get into it. I can't go into this video without starting with the #1 fashion film on every fashion person's list, and that has to be Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada is one of the fashion films that kind of gives us an impression of what it really feels like to work in the fashion industry. Look, this is objectively amazing to look at. I love these costumes. I mean, this black jacket with the boots, I mean, I can't even tell if they're boots or pants. This is the thing that still blows me away. Not only is there this look with the jacket, I also recall the black dress with the black jacket and the tights, the high boots. It looks like she has some kind of a portfolio and she has like all the layered necklaces and her little phone pager. Oh my gosh, remember pagers? And there we are going right back into the late 80s, well, 1989, so it's almost 90s, approaching 90s. Of course, Winona Ryder in Heathers. I think everybody remembers the amazing costumes in this film. I love the look that she wears when she goes to the Snappy Snack Shack. It's like graph paper situation, but like dress edition. That's the best way I could explain it. Now we're inching a bit closer to the 2000s. It's 2000 and we're talking about the film Melina. And this film is, actually I have never seen this film. It's been on my watch list forever, so don't yell at me. The most iconic one that I have to point out that I personally love the most is this black dress. She has a red curly bob and a red lip with very strong eye makeup. And this is a striking look. The importance of fashion in film is that it has to really get the message across without being too distracting. And that's what I think this look does so well for the film. Because the whole idea is that she's a desirable, stunning woman and she's kind of this object that people just turn towards whenever she walks down the street. There's this amazing scene in the film where she sits down and she puts a cigarette in her mouth and all the men chase her down with their lighters and try to light her cigarette. And it's just this perfect picture of her desirable appearance and desirable character, and there's just a simplicity and striking appearance of this look that catches your eye without distracting from the film, the plot, or the character. And that's why this is such an effective film costume. Now we're going back in time a little bit for the French film And God Created Woman. I just saw this and I was on the edge of my seat the whole film. It's the 60s and the costumes are also doing the exact same thing that I spoke about with Melina. They are very striking, they don't distract from the plot or the characters, and it communicates very well what we need to know about the character without taking too much away from the attention which should be on the plot and the characters. But I absolutely love these two looks, which is the one white dress, the short wedding dress look with the belt and the high neck and the veil. And I absolutely love how unique this wedding look is because it's short and you have those cute little heels. She is like 19, so it kind of accurately portrays what type of a bride she is. And she also has a bit of a reputation in the town. But yeah, it's a beautiful silhouette. I love how unique it is. They didn't go for a strapless dress. They didn't go for anything traditional. It was a bit more, you know, I don't know, village style, like a village wedding, and she looks a bit more traditional. Because then we see her in the beginning of the film, what her real character is, and I would say it's a bit more of erotic, seductive character. She's wearing this, you know, very fitted at the waist, cap sleeve, very feminine, kind of boat neckline red dress, and it very much portrays her as a person in this one simple dress, and it says so much. Again, striking without being distracting, beautiful, classic, timeless dress and silhouette. Now we're talking about the most recent adaptation of West Side Story. So the original West Side Story was in the 60s. The more recent adaptation had a beautiful interpretation of this one purple dress, and they actually decided to make it yellow in the end. So the original dress that was in the 60s version of the film had this purple exterior with this type of pink contrasting petticoat skirt underneath. And in the most recent adaptation, the same dress was kind of translated into this yellow exterior, same big skirt silhouette with so much movement, but a red petticoat skirt underneath. And I think that was a really good choice because it, again, for our eyes today, we want brighter colors, things that kind of catch our eyes. And this was a great way to interpret a very similar style and silhouette and idea, but into a new modern version and adaptation of this dress. I'm sure every indie hipster you know of talks about this film at least once a week. From the hair to the shoes and the dress, it's all very reminiscent of how they dressed in Hong Kong in the 60s. So of course it's going for the accuracy aspect, but it also is interesting that it contrasts the devastation of the plot, which is that she learns that her husband is having an affair. It's interesting that the costumes are so brightly patterned and colored. Final film is Suspiria. Thank you, Mike. I have also not yet seen this film, and it has always been on my watch list. And I know that a lot of horror fanatics always mention how beautifully visualized, that makes no sense. I know a lot of people talk about how visually stunning this film is, even though it's a horror film, which I love the contrast of that. And even the set design is stunning. The costumes and the bright colors, there's so much being communicated in each shot. But I do know that there is this one costume that I love the most, and it is this white combo and the big skirt. I'm pretty sure a lot of the costumes were white so that they could use brightly colored LEDs to reflect onto the clothes, which makes perfect sense to me. That is our Pajama September review of the best costumes according to Jess. There you go, there's my series name, the Pajama series. Well, this is the origin story of a series that you will watch unfold in the future months to come. So thank you guys for pajamaing it up with me and grabbing your coffee and breakfast. If it's 5 p.m. for you as well, that's awesome. Good for you. Claps to you because that's me also. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any favorite costumes or films with fashion, please share in the comments below. I'd love to check it out. I'm always on the hunt for a new fashionable film. If you enjoy this type of content, I post weekly about fashion and films, so please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. And I will see you guys in the next one.